Hey guys, Drew here, back with another video, and welcome to another episode of Regiment Rewind, where I discuss how the Newfoundland Regiment have been doing as of late. And I'm going to recap this most recent game versus the Sherbrooke Phoenix. They ended up losing 2-1 in the shootout the night prior, but tonight, or last night, they win, and they win big. They win 6-3 over the Sherbrooke Phoenix. I'll mention the goals first and talk a little bit about the game. I didn't watch the full game, just got the highlights of it, similar to the night prior. But the goals that the regiment scored tonight were beautiful ones. And I think the most beautiful one tonight was the first goal of the game. Ben Vitch getting the goal, his third of the season. And I don't really know if it was more so Vitch. He had a beautiful shot though. But Blake Pilgrim Edwards was the main guy for this play. And I'm sure you noticed it as well. He entered the zone and he got tripped up. I don't know if there was a delayed penalty or not, and he just fell over. And he was on his knees playing mini sticks almost, dished it right across the Vitch, who was in the one-timer position, and he was able to capitalize and open up the scoring. Yeah, just an overall beautiful pass from Blake Pilgrim Edwards. He's becoming probably one of my favorite Newfoundland Regiment players. It's probably Arsenault at 1 and maybe Pilgrim Edwards at 2, because those guys are chess. They can do anything for you. They can kill off penalties. They can be threats in the offensive zone. And they're not afraid to get in scrums, in the middle of scrums, drop the gloves if they have to, or anything like that. And that's what I like most about hockey players, is that or these types of hockey players, that they can just do anything for you. And then Pilgrim Edwards definitely showed that with his set of hands last night. And then the next goal of the game went to Dominic Pilot. He got his third of the year as well. Nice pass from Arsenault on this one as well. The passing play there was really sweet. And Pilot was able to capitalize and make it 2-0. And Liam Arsenault, we talked about him with the beautiful pass to Pilot. He got his 2 goals tonight. He got 2 goals tonight as well last night. Jeez, I keep messing up my words. But anyways, Arsenault got 9 and 10 of the year. So Danacek scored as well. He got his 10th of the year. If you told me by November, mid-November, that Liam Arsenault and Merrick Danacek would be tied in goal scoring right now, I would have thought you would have been crazy. Like, Danacek has a wicked shot. But last night, Liam Arsenault just ripped the biscuit. He was in the slot, kind of. There was a guy covering him, so the goalie didn't really see him. But Arsenault just took the shot. I believe it went top left, and it was in for like a nanosecond. Like, it was in for not very long, and it just in and out, it felt like. So Arsenault, what a game from him. And I mean, Danacek's goal was pretty funny as well. He was in his one-timer position, of course, but he was trying to like fake the shot, pass it to Belanger, I believe. And when he did that, it went off a Sherbrooke player and into the net. It didn't get to Belanger at all, but Danacek got credited with the goal. So, I mean, if you're Danacek, hey, that's another goal for you. So not too bad at all. I'm not complaining, because Danacek's definitely one of my more favorite players as well. I mean, there aren't really many players on the regiment that I'm not a fan of. Most of these guys that I watch play, like, they're just all interesting players. They're like players that I haven't really watched before, if you know what I mean. And I mean, that's just it with QMJHL. It's a different level of hockey compared to the ECHL. And I mean, honestly, maybe it's better, because like, and now I'm sorry to all those Growlers fans watching this, but it's just way more fast. The guys are way more skilled. And one thing I've really noticed is that you don't get absolute clowns on teams. Like, the one guy that I remember watching bully you on St. John, he was probably the only guy that was like always trying to get under your skin a bit. But then, like, I remember the ECHL, you'd have guys like Nico Blochman that was just going for guys constantly, Darian Skio. You can name many other players that were just into it all the time. And I mean, it wasn't just, it wasn't like only, the Growlers players had some clowns as well. I'm not going to list off the names, but there were some guys that, like, they weren't afraid to get in your face and all that kind of stuff. But with the regiment, it just feels like after every whistle, it was just like a bit of pushing and shoving, nothing too too big, and when the guys need to drop them, they will. But there isn't guys just chasing guys the entire game. It isn't like that. But yeah, I'm getting carried away with that. We need to focus back on goal scoring. The last goal of the game is probably the one that I loved the most, but it wasn't because of the goal. It was because of the celly. And after saying that, you probably already know if you watched the game. Louis-Francois Bélanger got his 9th of the year, and for a guy that's 5'7", 5'8", I believe, I wouldn't expect him to get in your face at all for a small guy. But after scoring this goal, uh, he scored like in the middle, like slot area, and the penalty box was like there, I guess, similar to Mary Brown Center in a way. He takes a shot, but he runs around the glass and stands right in front of the penalty box, and he just guides the guys to come out of the penalty box, or it was something like that. They were vicious with Belanger on that play. Yeah, I don't know. There definitely was some fans that were getting into it with Belanger after the game, sending him some stuff, or maybe even the players, because right after that happened, a few of the Phoenix players came in and tried to jump into it, trying to stand up for their guys, I guess. But hey, it was a 6-3 final. Sherbrooke ended up scoring one in the last minute of play. Woohoo! What a close ending that was. But the regiment overall had a really good weekend, coming up with 3 points. And even the game that they lost in the shootout, like that game was really good for the regiment. I remember watching that first period, was absolutely dominant. And then it was the same thing last night, pretty much, just throughout the game. The regiment just had an overall really good effort, and they're definitely getting used to each other now a little bit more. You look at the guys, they're start of the year, there was pucks bouncing in weird areas. I mean, Cape Breton's weekend, it was kind of like that as well. But that's just Cape Breton's style of play. But yeah, just overall, the guys are getting to know each other pretty well. And yeah, so the goalie's in net tonight. Antoine Prue was in net for the regiment. He shut the door down pretty well. Did let in 3 goals, so that's more goals than Vec Vinag let in fact. So pretty rare thing there. Justin Brisebois was in net for Sherbrooke, and he had probably the most interesting goalie number I think I've ever saw. Jacob Markstrom has a weird one, wearing 25 with the New Jersey Devils now. But Brisebois wears number 12 as a goaltender. That is a weird goalie number in my opinion. I mean, if Brisebois liked it, he could just keep it. But I don't know. It's interesting, that's for sure. But overall, really nice regiment game. They ended up getting some 3 big points to boost their points up in the standings. Hopefully they can continue this as Halifax comes in a couple weekends time. So that'll be a fun weekend. And I don't really know if they play next weekend. I'm honestly not sure. I'm gonna have to check on that when I'm done. But if they don't play next weekend, I'll definitely try to get a video out. I haven't had much time to post regiment stuff, whether that's the Growlers or going to the regiment games, like all that kind of stuff. And I've recently just started doing media relations for my high school hockey team. So yeah, definitely getting involved. There's no doubt about that in Newfoundland hockey. So I will definitely try to get as many videos out as possible. And until then, I will talk to you guys again soon.